Welcome back. You are still listening to Ebeonadi 103.5 FM and it's still the newspaper headlines this morning. Please be part of this by joining us on our Facebook page at Ebeonadi 103.5 FM. You can send in your SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 9666 1035. Please stream us online via mixlr.com/gist FM. Let's take you through what we have in this day newspaper. Protest with your BVCs over fuel, Naira scarcity, Labour Party tells Nigerians. Police arrest ex-CMD for killing, organ harvesting in Kwara. Kwankwaso promises to construct 5,000 schools across Nigeria. Don't allow Yoruba language to die. Ekiti Deputy Governor tasks government monarch. Diri charges new Bayelsa SSG to be steadfast. I won't ask my followers to vote for Tinubu, says Mosu. Sean vote buying. Weke urges electorates in Enugu. Federal government repositioning Petroleum Institute as hub for oil and gas training in Africa. 7 dead as gunmen attack police station in Anambra. Nigeria Info unveils student debate competition. INEC and the 2023 general election. Can the president, by executive order, vary a Supreme Court decision? President Buhari cannot overrule the Supreme Court. The politics of Naira redesign and its attendant implications. Priority of applications seeking to protect integrity in court. And that's all from this day newspaper.
And now we move over to the Vanguard newspaper. Our responsibility, huge, but won't let you down. INEC assures Nigerians. Naira scarcity, I am suffering. My family cannot cook. Oji Kalo. Appeal court reaffirms Kumalia as PDP candidate for Borno Central. We persuaded Tinubu to join presidential race. Osoba, Olusi. Naira crisis, SILAC. Others 36 civil society organizations call on federal government to obey Supreme Court. Naira crisis, SILAC. Other 38 civil society organizations call on federal government to obey Supreme Court. I will work harder to deliver more in my second term. Abiodun. Elections. Wike Ibazo will support Tinubu. Oji Kalo. We persuaded Tinubu to join presidential race. Osoba. Olusi. Naira scarcity. I don't have new notes as governor. Adeleke. Naira swap. Run from Atiku. He is inconsistent. Naira swap. Run from Atiku. He is inconsistent. APGA leadership crisis. Supreme Court fixes March 24th for ruling. Ekweremado's organ harvesting trial continues. Victim testifies. Presidency. Don't elect unprepared leaders. Okowa urges Nigerians. Hold us responsible if P2B fails. Hold us responsible if P2B fails. Naira redesign fraud targeted at hurting poor Nigerians. Showoro. Anambra indigents in diaspora endorses Obi Dati ticket. Coalition hails 4 presidential candidates for mainstreaming healthcare in manifesto. Coalition holds hails 4 presidential candidates for mainstreaming healthcare in manifestos. Naira crisis. Run from Atiku. He is inconsistent. APC. 2023. Let's come together. Rescue Nigeria. Nimasa boss. I will not join APC. Wike. Tinubu won't appoint vacuum to fill vacuum. Ono blast Osita Okechukwu Ngige. Still on the stories making the headlines on Vanguard newspaper this morning. Okay, and that's the much we can take due to network issue.
All right, let's move over to our SMS portal. On our SMS, people attack Nnamdi and Simon Ekpa and say ignore Simon. Let me tell such people without these two wise men from the east, our names would have been invasion and death. As for those who underrate Simon, I dare you acrobatic and gymnastic martialism displayed by the defensive angels. If you remain alive, then you will sing praises to Chukwokike for life well saved and want others to obey your liberators. Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. It's like you are threatening people that will be coming out on that day. It is not a good one. People have right to come out and vote on that day. Thank you very much for being part of this. Another message from No Name. Okay, this one is from No Name. I have It says the president have said that Tinubu is succeeding. He has taken the place of more Supreme Court. We have the fuel era crisis. Many have been during flood disaster. PVCs are not collected due to insecurity. How is this going to be a free and fair election? Thank you very much. Another message from Honorable Osakwe. Okay, this one is a long one, but let's see how it goes. By now, I think that campaign will have been over because the utterances of politicians is like toxic bomb and bitter cleanser, which is capable of inciting uproar, as they are all hate speeches. We have had enough of your manifestos, and it is left for the electorate to choose their choice. This cash crunch, in a way, is paramount and looks like an antidote to vote buying inducement and financial rascality. Let's shine our eyes and vote a person of proven integrity and pedigree. To your conscience, do not vote for party, but vote for a tested good candidate. If the wish of the people is truncated in any means after voting a candidate of our choice, we will resist it. Enough is enough. A fly that does not have an advisor as a mentor is being buried together with a decayed corpse. Festus Kiyamo is one of the most senior Agbero in Yoruba land. Him and MC Oluomo can deface and pollute any government activities that does not favor them. And their Oga Tinubu as Lagos State as a whole is okay. Okay, will will compensate them with shops. Okay, his followers. Come on, I need to understand what you're trying to say here. Okay. will compensate his followers with some of them if some people are given chance in Aso Rock. Most government properties and projects will be shared, okay, as their mission is to ruin and devour. Our children will desist from anything that will lead them to prison. Their children are now dressing like squirrels in the forest in the guise of trending fashions. I urge parents to give their words parental advice and not allow them to be part of this youth restiveness and brigandage that can ruin their life. Let them desist from usage of Nkurumbe and this Okite and Chi, as all are fetish and diabolical, and there is no benefit in them or favor. If you are giving money, if you are giving any money under this economic recalcitation, take it as it is part of your money they stole in the past and vote according to your conscience. Do not vote for party, but vote for a tested candidate. Thank you very much. Everybody should have a sober reflection and pray that God will use this opportunity to salvage the nation. Thank you very much, Honorable, for joining us this morning. I have another one from John Ume from Okuso. Disbandment of Ibubako is the best thing that has happened to the Igbos, if not for cowardice display by our so-called governors. How can one hire his enemy to come and provide security for his people? Okay. Omoteku came before Ibubago. They are still operating. Ishba came before Ibubago. They are still operating, even going against the law of destroying the business of Igbos in North. And their government is failing them. No security outfit can work in our land if it will not come from the people, by the people, to the people. Thank you very much, John Ume. Another message from Darlington from Marochukwu. Darlington says, no naira, no fuel, no light, no road, no good job, no water, and no food for the masses. The new naira note printed by CBN governor. Okay, and this is where it ends. Your message is not complete. Thank you very much, Darlington, for joining us. Eze Katapin from Uraja Obosi. Killing ourselves every day is not the solution. I beg those behind the killing to stop. And you that was paid to kill your fellow human, forget that one day you will die. Your children will face what they don't know. Secondly, I beg federal government again to please release Mazin Nandekano for we Igbos to sleep with our eyes closed. Thank you very much, Eze Katapin. Another message here from Big Sam from Bob. Big Sam says, Dave Umahi says election must hold in Southeast. It's a pity that none of them have any reasonable thing to say concerning the illegal detention of our leader Mazin Namdekano's release. All they talk about is election and nothing more. Of what use is it to the Igbo for voting in a country that says it's a taboo for an Igbo man to become the president of this country? We all know that nothing will make Nigeria to announce P2B as a winner of this election. Therefore, why killing ourselves over voting? Nigeria, okay, thank you very much. You can say Nigeria is a scam. And you telling people that nobody will announce P2B, the election is not yet over. We wait for that to happen. Please, people should go out there, pick their PVCs and decide their picks. Thank you very much.
Yes, due to network problem, we couldn't get you the Sun newspaper. And then remember that this is newspaper headlines on Ebeonadi 103.5 FM. And based on that same network issue, we couldn't be on Facebook as well in order for you to get on board and then share your comments with us. But still, I will run you through the Sun newspaper before we now go over to the WhatsApp portals. You can't be demarketing rivers as unsafe and expect our votes. Wike. Governors not supporting Atiku have their lifelines at stake. Abamoro. Kaduna. Sambo. Ex-governors, senators vow to operate APC from state. Nigeria decides. APC diaspora group promises Tinubu 1.6 million votes. DLP presidential candidate vows to revive economy if elected. Polls, PSC replaces Najatu Muhammad over alleged partisanship. MFLA's CBN policy calculated attempt to ridicule APC. Smart Adeyemi. We won't let Nigerians international community down. INEC head assures Commonwealth delegation. I won't join APC regardless of governor's support for power shift. Wike. Nigeria decides 2023 endorsement of P2B is sacrosanct. Pandel. How we pressurize Tinubu to join presidential race. Osoba, Olusi, others. Why Nigeria needs Tinubu now. Rivers Pastor. Naira crisis. Abia AA candidate appeals to governor for intervention. PDP will reduce poverty by prioritize transparency article. That's all we can take from the Sun newspaper this morning. Now, let's bring you to the sub portal for comments. We got a message from Mazi Christian Ufundo from Onisha, and he says Obi must be denied of his presidency if he wins, and Ohaneze cannot do anything because they have sold their prestige to other tribes. They have shown Nigerians that they are a bunch of reeds being blown by the wind. Therefore, nobody can hold them by their words. Hence, they are money mongers. Think of it. What have this group done for Igbos that worth emulation? Ufondo, the group, you continued and he said the group that calls for peaceful election in the southeast must first of all organize and all Igbo elites to go and talk about Nnamdi Kanu to be released, or the illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu is one of the bone of contention. So one should know that. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's entirely your own belief, but we all as Nigerians will support free and fair election in the southeast. It's a call we must all support. Thank you for joining us still. Then this message came from Paul Nwizu Onisha, and he says NMPC and CBN is offering Nigerians this critical time. With God, we shall overcome the suffering. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We also got a message from Daniel from Oduma, Enugu State, and he says, please, this new Naira note, I just tried it. Please, federal government should do something. Let this election go well, and please let him free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Then we also got a message from people that are calling our president to obey Supreme Court order. Which order? What order are they telling him to obey? Because to me, I don't understand any order. Please, they should stop distracting our president. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And there's no name on your message, but still, thank you for being here. And then we got a message from also Francis Nnamani from Amagunze in Enugu State. And he says, my political ambition does not worth the blood of any Nigerian, says Atiku. That is a good one for him. I am calling on every Nigerian to shun campaign of calumny, violence, vituperation, unguided utterances, thuggery, and embrace peace for free polls. May God help us. Also, Francis Nnamani from Amagunze, Enugu State. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And then we also got a message from Obasi. He says, issue of Naira scarcity have been a slap to this present government, and one of the major problems we have since APC government took over this government, and APC is still dreaming to come back to power, and I don't think it's possible. Anyway, that's how you wrote it, APC. Okay, APC is still dreaming to come back to power, and I don't think it's possible. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And that's the much we can take from the WhatsApp portal. Do you still have any message from the SMS portal?
Yes, from Starboy from State. Anybody that is against this election is enemy of freedom of Indigo and Nnamdi, and hence P2V, our brother, is coming out. Let's support him. Thank you very much. I have another one from Dan from Ada. Where does Wiki belong to this 2023 election? Okay, thank you very much, Dan. I have another one from Daniel Tito from Awada. Naira swap or Naira redesign, whatever it may be called, has cost more party where you cannot have access to your account. Network is not stable. No transfer. Thank you very much. I have Ebunike Udobi from Achala. Anka says Nigerians will witness most peaceful, free and fair election promised INEC. My prayer is that God will help them to perform it. We need peace in Southeast to enable our people vote for the candidates of their choice. Thank you very much. Darlington, Waro Chukwu, okay. You reposted the first one. Thank you very much. That's all.
And now from the WhatsApp portal, we got a message from Engineer Ifan Onwubusi, aka Georgia Amani from Azubunike, and he says the Police Service Commission has promptly removed Najatu Muhammad as one of those who will supervise the conduct of police officers during the 2023 general election due to an outcry from the APC. But it took the intervention of the court to stop the use of MC Oluomo to distribute election materials. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And that's all we can take from our newspaper headlines this morning on Ebona at 103.5 FM. Remember that it comes to you every 7 o'clock every weekday. So please keep a date and don't touch the dial of Ebona at 103.5 FM. And then keep it locked here as more programs will come your way pretty soon. I am Martin.
I am.
Thank you so much for joining us. Wow,